8:10 right now, Nashville Real Estate. 3 words that you really don't need any explanation for because it's huge right now. It is so hot. And if you've tried to buy a house in Nashville, even if you're renting, you know we are dealing with a unique situation here, right? We've got the development boom. We've got all these people moving here every day. Some people put that rate at about 100 a day. And home buying in Nashville is incredibly competitive. And we know a lot of you can relate to this, whether you are trying to buy, trying to sell, or renting. So this morning, we have Jessica Garza. She's from Berkshire Hathaway Realty. And then we have Lindsey Lewis, brand new homeowner. And we brought you in this morning to talk a little bit about the experiences that you have had. I want to start with you, and I want you to tell me one word that'll sum up your home buying experience.
Stressful.
Okay. More so probably than normal, huh?
Yes, definitely.
What are some of the things that you've had to go through just to buy a house in Nashville?
Well, I mean, for me personally, it was Jessica emailed me late at night and said, this house just went on the market, and we had to get there at 8 a.m., immediately put an offer in, and then kind of go through a bidding war just to get the house.
When you hear people talk about the bidding wars that are going on right now, how intense is that? I mean, are we talking like a couple of other offers, or are we talking about numerous other offers on one listing?
My particular house had 15 offers in one day.
15 offers in one day?
Yes.
All right, how did you seal the deal?
So I had to raise, obviously, the asking price, and then also put down more earnest money. So the upfront money that you have to put down, which a lot of people can't do, but I was lucky enough to be able to do that.
Yeah, Jessica, what is it like trying to help people navigate through this right now, especially first-time home buyers?
It's very tough. Nashville welcomes the growth, but with that comes the growing pains, which you guys have been covering.
Yeah.
So it's hard because you want this for your client. Just as much as if it were your own home. So you're trying to weigh the balance of what can I do to get them in this home and make their offer attractive to a seller, while still doing our jobs and protecting their best interest.
Absolutely.
And making sure they don't take on too much risk.
Right, because even after you get that offer, you've got so many other steps that you have to go through to actually get those keys to walk in.
Right.
I want to ask you about something that we've been hearing about lately, and that is these letters. Yes. That we've seen people write just to get a house, and there is an art to crafting a letter to the seller, trying to plead with them, that you're the one who deserves this house. Have you seen that?
I have, and several of my clients have done that, and it's basically it's almost like you're interviewing to buy the house. So you want to put your best foot forward. You want to assure the seller that you are going to care for their home in the same way, if not better, than they have for the years that they have lived there. And then why should they select you or your family? What is so special about you? What did you love so much about the house that it's just like meant to be?
Right. Now, are you seeing any kind of hint at this market shifting anytime soon?
Not anytime soon.
Okay.
Like the number has said, there's 100 people a day moving to the Nashville market, and the growth is just booming. So I don't see any shift in the near future. I don't have a crystal ball.
Sure, right.
But the way that it's going, it seems to be on trend for so much buyer demand, not enough home inventory, which creates that seller's market.
It's crazy. Now, would you do anything differently if you had to do it again?
I think I wouldn't. I think it all worked out the way that it was supposed to, and I'm glad that it did.
All right, so look, make sure if you are in the market to buy a house that you come with a little extra earnest money. Be prepared to pay over the ask price, which is what you had to do. Craft a letter. Maybe you own a pizza joint and you want to offer free pizza for a year, which we've heard of. If you want to send them wine or take them out to dinner, you got to get creative, right?
Right.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Really appreciate your perspective.
By
the way, coming up, we're going to tell you what a seller is dealing with in this market. That's in 15 minutes right here on Fox 17 this morning, your only local news source, 7 to 9.
It is 8:19, and right now, Fox 17 taking a closer look at the Nashville real estate boom. If you have tried to buy a house in Nashville, you know we are dealing with a very unique situation here with the development boom and more than 100 people moving here each day. Home buying, it is competitive in Nashville. So earlier we talked about what buyers are dealing with, and now we want to talk about the seller's perspective. So Jessica Garza from Berkshire Hathaway joining us once again. So give us the seller's standpoint here, because you were just saying before, a lot of times they think, okay, it's all on the buyer. Well, the seller has a big responsibility as well.
Right, so the seller has oftentimes more than one offer. So it's also, though, they have to act ethically.
Right.
So we have these ethical terms that we have to abide by. And so when you have more than one offer, things can get a little bit sticky.
I can only imagine.
So I encourage them to rely on their agent and their realtor in order to guide them through that process. and also do the due diligence of what offer is going to be best for them moving forward.
What is the most amount of offers you've seen right after an open house?
I've seen up to 15 to 18 offers after an open house.
Just like that?
Just like that. And people will come to the open house with the offer in their hand and hand it over to the selling agent at that point.
15 to 18 right after an open house. That is remarkable. I know you said that you don't see this changing anytime soon in Nashville, but you were also talking about sometimes people tend to have a knee-jerk reaction as well.
Right. So I want to encourage buyers to do the research up front. So yes, you have to make an educated decision and you have to make a quick decision, but that doesn't mean you go out and you buy the first house you see. If you start your search online, if you get aligned with a lender who can tell you what you can expect as far as closing costs go, or monthly payment, and also rely on the advice of your agent, you're able to make an educated decision even though it has to be quick.
So getting that information right away, it really helps the process along.
Right.
Jessica Garza, thank you so much for taking a couple minutes to join us this morning.
Thank you.